Hello Year 7s. I thought I would show you one example, or actually two example problems, where we subtract out shapes to work out the area of a composite shape. So, I'm looking at the shape here, and I just need to find the shaded area. And there's an obstruction here, so I've sort of cut out this section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the area of the large rectangle, and then the area of the small rectangle. And then to find the shaded area, I'm going to say it's the large area subtract the small one, because I want to cut out the area I subtracted. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area. So I'm going to say this is the area of the large rectangle. Okay, so I'm calling that A large. Now, because it's a rectangle, it's length times width. So length times width. The length of this rectangle is 10 meters. The width is 6 meters. 10 times 6 gives you 60, and because it's area, it's meters squared. Now, next part is to work out the area of the small rectangle. So, A small equals, what's the rule? Length times width. Looking at the rule, length. What's the length? The length is 6. What's the width? The width is 2. 6 times 2 gives you 12. Okay. Now, look at what I've done here. This part has got 3 lines. Rule, I put in the numbers, and then I actually gave my final answer. Okay. So, if I want to find the area that's shaded, let me try and make a rule. So the area that is shaded equals, well, it's the large area subtract the small one. So I'm going to write that in. A large subtract A small. And A large was, what was A large? A large was 60. What was A small? It was 12. And 60 take 12 gives you 48 square meters. And that is all that you need to do for that problem. I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do it for part B. Okay. In part B, it looks like I've got 2 rectangles. This is, 2 squares. This is 5, and that one's 5 as well. Okay, so once again, I'm going to work out the area of the large rectangle, and then I need to work out the area of these 2 small rectangles. So I'm going to give these things names. I'm going to call this square number 1, and this other small square number 2. Okay. So once again, the area of the large one equals length times width. What's the length of this thing? Well, the length is 25, so I'll write that down. What is the width of this thing? What is the area, what is the width of this thing? Well, I don't have a number there. How do I work it out? Well, I know I'm going up to down. If I go down, that's 5. And then from there down is another 5. And then from there down is a third 5. So, because I'm going from up down, I'm going to try and add up all the little parts that go down. So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 again is 15. So this has to be 15 meters. Then I go back to my rule. What was I looking for? I was looking for the width. Okay, so that's 15. What's 25 times 15? I'm going to use my calculator because I'm a loud one. 25 times 15, and I get 375. Now I'm going to work out the area of the first little shape. That's my next bit. So as you can see, you work out the areas of all your little shapes, and then in the end you figure out what to do with all these shapes. So what is this? This looks like a square or rectangle, so I'm going to say length times width. The length was 5. The width of this thing was also 5. So I get 25 there. And then when I look at number 2, it's actually the same shape. Okay, so I can say that A2 is also equal to 25 meters squared. Okay, I don't have to redo that because I can see it's the exact same shape. It's 5 by 5. Now the last thing that I need to do is I need to work out the area that's shaded. So area shaded equals, I need the large area, and then I need to cut out both of these things. So I'm going to say area large subtract A1 subtract A2. Okay, so what's my large area? That was 375. I need to then remove the first one, so minus 25, and I also need to remove the second one, so minus 25 again. And when I put that in my calculator, 375 subtract, 375 subtract 25 subtract 25, I get 325 meters, 325 meters squared. There we go. I hope that helped you to work out the area of these composite shapes. Okay.